Morning everybody, welcome to Talk Tuesday. I'm going to be talking today about recovering your mojo, which is something that my work with my clients focuses on. And anybody can lose their mojo at any stage of life, but it is particularly common in midlife. And so I thought it would be a good time to talk about it today. So I thought, first of all, I kind of know in my head what I mean by mojo, but I thought I'd look up the word to see what the definition of it is. And apparently it comes from an African word for a magical charm. So, and that kind of fits because when you've got your mojo fully functioning, it does feel magical and you have got all your natural charm. But what we need to focus on is when we lose our mojo, and most of us will know when we have lost our mojo. It's a feeling of losing confidence and losing energy and really enthusiasm for life. You can feel overwhelmed, you can feel tired and really quite lethargic. You just feel as if you're kind of dragging yourself through life rather than having that natural spark that you have when you've got your mojo fully functioning. So I told you what the definition in the dictionary is of mojo, but I like to think of it as an abbreviation of more joy. So mojo, more joy, because to me, having your mojo is about having more joy in your life. So I'm going to go through 5 things that you can work on to bring your mojo back if it's missing from your life. And the first of one is my old favourite, gratitude. Now, I know I bang on about it all the time, but it's because it is so important and it really works. So if you have a gratitude practice, by which I mean a gratitude journal practice, so writing down maybe 3 to 5 things every day that you are grateful for, it really helps you to have more positivity in life because you're focusing on what you have instead of what you lack or what you would like to have. It really focuses you on what you've got and feeling grateful for what there is in your life. And when you start doing it, you'll realise you have a lot of things to be grateful for, however bad you're feeling. And the more that you practice gratitude, the more positivity you will start to feel, and it actually starts to attract more good things into your life. And believe me, I started my gratitude practice at a time in my life when I was feeling very, very low, and it made a massive difference. And so that's why I keep doing it, and that's why I bang on about it so much. Now, I've done a whole video on gratitude, so there's a lot more to say about it, but that's it in a nutshell. I would say that is the first thing to try if you want to recover your mojo. Start yourself a gratitude practice. Now, the second one, which again I think is super important, is to do something that you love and to do it every day. Because often when we've lost our mojo, when we start to think about it, and I find this with my clients a lot, we tend to have stopped doing things for ourselves, the things that we love to do. And sometimes we can even have forgotten what it is we love to do because we're so focused on work, responsibilities, family responsibilities, and just life, frankly. So if you have lost your mojo and you want to start bringing it back, focus on doing something you love for yourself and try and do it every day. Now, it could be something really simple. It doesn't have to be something elaborate. It doesn't mean, just disappear on holiday. A good example of something simple, on Saturday, I just went for a mooch around the shops with my mother-in-law, just window shopping really, but we had a great time, and I haven't actually done that for a long time. Now, I do practice doing something I love most days, but that was just an example to me of something that is actually very, very simple to do, but I just felt great at the end of it because I thought that was brilliant. I hadn't done that for such a long time, and I felt really lighter and brighter at the end of the day because of doing it. Now, there are all sorts of different things you can do, and everybody will have different things that they love. But if you are conscious that you haven't done things that you love for a long time, just have a think about what those things could be for you. And as I've said before, if you can't think of something that you love to do at the moment, think back to what you loved to do as a child, because often we will still love to do the things now that we used to do as a child. It's a good guide for what you might love to do now. So the third thing to work on, and I apologise, I'm having to rattle through these quite quickly in the time available, but the third thing is to move your body. And I know we often think exercise, don't really want to go and run a marathon or whatever it is, but it doesn't have to be a massive thing. It can just be a gentle walk, some gentle stretching, but moving your body is really key. And again, when we've lost our mojo, it can be really difficult to actually go and do that exercise that we know we need to do. But we sometimes just have to push ourselves a bit, because if we keep waiting until we feel the motivation to do it, we won't get there. It's that slogan, just do it. And if you do just do it, I find for me, it's first thing in the morning is great, because then I just don't really have time to think about it. Now that doesn't work for everybody if you've got kids to get to school, or you've got to get started on your work quickly. But just work out when is the best time for you to do some movement, whatever kind of movement it is. And again, try and do some physical movement every day, because it helps you to feel better. It releases endorphins within your body, and so it is really, really worthwhile pushing yourself if you need to push yourself just to get started on doing some movement. And again, once you've started, it's like a virtuous circle, because you start to feel better, so you're more inclined to do it again the following day. So that was number 3. Number 4 is to nourish your body. Now, I know we all know about healthy eating, and we kind of think, oh gosh, yes, I need to eat a bit more healthier, but again, it's a bit of a struggle. But one way to think about it is it's a bit like the fuel you put in your car. If your car is meant to run on unleaded petrol, it's no good putting diesel into your car, because it's going to completely muck up the engine. Your car's going to it's going to stop, it's not going to go, and you're going to have to do an awful lot of work, expensive work, to undo the damage that has been done by putting the diesel in the unleaded tank. And that's the same with nourishing your body. We are meant to run on healthy foods. And yes, it's nice to have treats now and again, but if we can persistently put into our body junk food, basically, then we're going to feel more sluggish. We're just not going to have the same energy that we would have if we are nourishing our body in the way that it's meant to be nourished. So that's one way to think about it if you're struggling to choose nourishing food. But it does really help to make you feel lighter and brighter in yourself. And then the 5th thing to work on, oh, thanks, Emma. Yeah, that's a good idea. Keep a diary of what you're eating and drinking, because often, we can not notice the rubbish that we're putting in. The 5th thing is to connect with people, because again, when we've lost our mojo, we can sometimes withdraw a bit from those connections that we would otherwise have. And surrounding yourself with people who are uplifting and people who help you to feel better just by being with them is a really good way to help to raise your vibration and to increase your mojo. Just getting together for a quick coffee with a friend and having a bit of a chat, or maybe getting a couple of friends together and having a group chat is great. If you can't do that, then just pick up the phone and have a natter to somebody who helps to make you feel better just by talking to them. But that human connection is really, really important to have in your life if you're going to bring your mojo back. So those were the 5 ways that you can work on bringing your mojo back. One important thing to say is that if you have tried all of these things for a while and you're still feeling really low, do go and see your doctor just to check that there's no underlying health reason why you might be feeling like that. That is important to do. But if it's something that you just want to work on and you want some help with working on, then as I've mentioned before, I do have a 12-week program that I do with clients, which is all about recovering your mojo if you are feeling overwhelmed and you want some help in bringing it back. So if you'd like to talk to me about whether that could work for you, book yourself a free 30-minute discovery call and I'd be happy to chat with you about how I might be able to help you. So thanks as always for watching, whether you're watching live as some of you are, or in the future as I know others do. It's great to have you here always, and I'll be back here again next week. So have a great day. Bye bye.